Today, joining us are Rizzo, Josh Foreman, and Kate. Um, if y'all want to unmute and say hello to our community.
Hi,
Hey, Rizzo.
nice to be here again.
less excited.
Oh no, I am very excited to be here. I'm sorry. Let me retry that. I am so excited to be here and hang out with you all on this very fine day to talk about Blankos.
Awesome. And then hold on, it looks like Josh and Kate may be having some technical difficulties. Just as a heads up while we try to get those sorted. Um, I will preface this dev Q&A by giving everybody a heads up that we may not be able to answer some of these questions here, mostly because they kind of require a different answer than we can provide, something that Anish would typically provide, because some of these questions I feel like do require a bit of commitment in terms of the answer. So we will be skipping around just a bit. However, for those of you who did ask these questions that we do skip, just as a heads up, these questions will be answered at a later dev Q&A if we can answer them in a later Q&A.
Hey, I'm just seeing if you can
There
hear
we
me
go.
now.
Yes, we can.
Yay!
Hey everyone, nice to be here.
Kate, could you introduce yourself to our community for those of our community that are not?
Of course. Yeah, hi, I'm Kate. I am creative director on Blankos. So, yeah, come at me with your creative questions, please. Looking forward to this.
Awesome. Thank you. Thank you. So we're all super excited to be here. It looks like Josh may have reset his Discord, I'm assuming. If anybody spots Josh come back in the audience, please let me know so I could get Josh invited back in here to speak. I'm just checking in on general chat right now, and it looks like everybody's super excited for this. So we too are super excited for this.
I love the sadness over Anish not being here. I am also sad, Silver. I am also sad.
Let me invite Josh again. I spotted him. All right, Josh, looks like you are muted right now. I don't know if you're having difficulty hearing, but if you are. All right, so maybe we can go over some questions that we can answer without Josh. Try to get
Let's
that
do
sorted.
Yeah, let's do it.
All righty.
There we go. I can hear now. Sorry, everyone.
Hey, welcome,
Yay.
Josh.
Hey, happy Friday.
Discord can't handle more than one Josh at a time, so we had to overclock it.
Right. It's just there's too many Joshes in the kitchen.
Too much Josh power.
All right, perfect. Well, hi Josh. Welcome to the Dev Q&A. If you want to introduce yourself to some of our members of our community that may not be familiar with who you are.
I'm the higher quality Josh, and I do build mode kind of stuff and like mechanics, gameplay, that sort of thing. Design.
Higher quality. Love it. All right. With that
You should
being
have
said,
that on a
let's
business
just-
card.
yeah, on a business card. With that being said, let's dive right into the questions that we've been asked. For all the users who do want to be, want to have your questions featured for our future dev Q&A stuff, we'll be adding we'll be putting a thread in Ask the Devs later for a future Q&A session. So if you want to participate or ask any questions, keep an eye out for when that thread gets created. Starting off here, we have King VF with a question for community. Yay! I get started
Yay!
off. Are there plans for another community design challenge to happen anytime soon? I want to say yes. Mostly, probably before the end of the year. We want to run another community design contest. It's a bit finicky in a sense where we would be running a holiday themed design contest, right? But it would be hard to run a winter themed Blanko design contest during October, right? That's just not fun. It'd be more fun to have people design some like Halloween style Blankos during October or winter themed Blankos during December or the next year. I mean, again, this is all based on whether or not Kate's team is slammed with work or if they have that time open for it. But to be safe, it would be best to like have something themed for a year out, right? Just to give everybody enough time. But it is something we
Yeah,
would hope,
for sure.
yeah, and it
Well,
is something we hope to bring around and do again because the Visage event was so fun. The first community event was just so exciting, and I loved it. Um, and we had so much fun with all the community entries. I don't know about you guys.
yeah, I was just going to add to that. Like, we absolutely love seeing all of the designs that came forwards and everything. So from my point of view, I'm definitely keen. I'm really interested to see what else you guys can come up with as well, and even just the kind of the vote on some of the concepts that Dan Lish, our concept artist, put together. It was really cool to see what you voted as the top one to start working on as well. And obviously, everyone had to go for the most complex one. So yeah, but we'll get there. We'll definitely do it.
I was
So
really excited that that's the one we picked, by the way. That was my favorite.
yeah, everyone like Brandon and Dan are really enjoying working on it. So you guys have got good taste. Thanks.
Yeah. Or do we have any like name concepts as well we can share out? Like Baba
Not
Yaga's hut or like because I played a lot of D&D, right? You have Baba Yaga's hut. It's this big like hut that's all rickety and it's on like big wooden legs that look like they're bird legs and it's always walking around. It's
At first, I
creepy.
thought you said Baba Yaga's hot, and I was like, oh, there's a theme.
But yeah,
yeah,
so
I
super
think
excited.
yeah, maybe that could be something that we move back over to community as well. Maybe you guys want to
Ooh,
vote on the name. If we get the narrative team to put a few options together, let us know if that's something you're interested in as well.
I think that would be super exciting. It'd be like another route to doing a community Blanko, I think.
Yeah,
Super
exactly.
Yeah.
super fun. Except this time we've designed it.
Yeah, there's definitely an intention. Don't worry, we still want to see what designs you guys have as well. So I'm keen for it, and I know the rest of the team are too. So
Absolutely. Cool. So I'm gonna move on to the next question here, so that we're not stuck just talking community stuff in a dev Q&A. This is from Matthew Searle. The question here is for Rizzo. Any predictions of when we will have translations into other languages? Here on Discord, we have channels in other languages as well.
Just so Kate and Foreman know, like we are still unsure whether Matthew Searle is Matthew Searle just trolling us, but it's still out yet. We are not sure. Anyways, no, this is absolutely something that we're in progress on. We absolutely want to support additional languages. We don't have any official dates on this yet, but we hope to have more information to provide as soon as we can.
Definitely. I think we can say, in a similar sense to how it would be on Discord, we would definitely need a larger moderation team. Maybe even look into the agency people that we've been working with to see if they can provide a moderation team for other languages. See how the channels would be organized. So that would be in the plans for the community side as well on Discord. It's not guaranteed, but maybe we could start off with doing one or two languages, and have moderation done there. But we'll have to see on that
Yeah,
front.
absolutely.
Moving on to the next one here. For Josh F, this is from Sylvester. When will co-op building be available?
Great question. We're making a social game, and right now, building is a solo activity, and that does not jive. So we want to fix that. Uh, the biggest problem is that it turns out to be a pretty big development time and resource hog. We've looked into it, talked about it many times. It's definitely something we all want. So we're hoping maybe sometime next year, but there's just so many things that we have to solve for right now that kind of keeps getting kicked down the road. But absolutely agree that it's really important to the soul of our game. So.
Absolutely. Thank you for that, Josh. Another question from Sylvester for you. Will we be able to save custom-made objects in the future in build mode?
Definitely on the roadmap. Yeah, I mean, we want you to be able to make blueprints and then, share them with friends or whatever. That's the it will happen. Again, it's a lot of the answers with build mode stuff is just that there are so many like bigger fish to fry at the moment. Or well, that's the wrong metaphor. What's the right metaphor? I don't know. There's things that need to be addressed in the core loop, and build mode, it's the core loop for builders, but builders are a tiny minority. However, they're also one of the most important players as well. So trying to balance that is very tricky. And it's just a matter of like where we put our priorities at any given moment. And the bigger the thing is, like co-op, the probably further out it's going to be. With the blueprints, I could see that happening sooner rather than in the far off distant future. But yeah, I guess the answer is yes. It's important. We'll get to it when we can.
I think to add to that, like we have a list of quality of life improvements that we want to make on build mode, and those are probably a little bit higher priority than adding any new major features to it. Not that they're not in any way not on the horizon; they absolutely are. It's just a matter of what we have to tackle first.
Awesome.
I
Thank
think
you for
it'd
that,
be
Rizzo.
really also just to add, like I would love to see co-op build mode as well, and I wonder whether it would be similar to a relationship test to building IKEA furniture. Like, is it going to be a traumatic experience working together on building, or cements your relationship? Maybe it'll be like that. So let's try not to destroy relationships through it and do it justice too.
Yeah, honestly, like the best use case I could think of for this is having one person who's more of a player oriented person who just wants to help test while the build is happening. So, like, as a builder, I could be making different jumps, and then someone who's really good at the game can be like, oh, I can exploit it doing this, or that's just the perfect jump, like, that sort of thing. So, you could get some really interesting cooperative things going on there. I think that would be great.
For sure, but also the idea of it ruining relationships. Not gonna lie, kind of seems fun. I would love to jump into build mode with JDN one day and just absolutely ruin everything.
Exactly. The true test of a relationship.
Seems fun. This next two questions here are for you, Rizzo. The first one here is from, oh, I guess they're both from Ben Wartooth. The first of the two being, is there any plan to make Attention Hound a little better? Just feels like it's a wasted perk in comparison.
Yeah, so we've recently been studying perk usage and impacts and have found like more than just attention hound need to be addressed. So actually in our upcoming update, we're looking at improving or replacing several of the low performance perks. So stay tuned for a blog post on that covering these changes in the future.
Awesome, exciting. The next one is related to perk as well. It's, are the hidden perks weighted differently on the percent chance you can get them?
Nope, all hidden perks are weighted the same.
Awesome. Thank you. Moving on to the next question here. Can we expect this trend of community giveaways and sponsorships to continue? Knife Dag. I'm assuming you mean the consistent giveaway of the Zetas we're doing, sometimes bi-weekly, sometimes monthly major giveaways with um, some of the bigger ticket Blankos. We do want to continue to look into doing the bigger Blanko giveaways. One of the Blankos that we're looking to purchase off the Mythical Marketplace is actually, I think we're looking at a couple of Billy Bones golds and maybe one Billy Bones. Just so we have some like bigger ticket like always one. We want to be sure to continue to provide the community more incentive to like stay engaged, right? Whenever we do giveaways, we see it's so fun to have everybody participating in Discord, sharing their artwork, looking at some of the times players do for some of the stages that Jaden builds out. So I think it'll just be super, super exciting to see what kind of blankos we can give away in the future, like some of the bigger ticket ones, like how many of them we can give away too. I think it'll be exciting.
It's a good choice as well there, Josh. The OGs.
Yeah, well, it was also like one of the things we wanted to be sure that players who didn't participate in that early stage of blankos also kind of still had a chance to own something, own an OG blanko, and I think it would be super super fun.
Yeah, I love it.
Awesome. Next question here. Kate, do you have an answer to this one? I mean, we can skip it as well.
No, she hasn't filled in her answer, so just go ahead and ask them.
Oh, okay. This is from Knife Dag, Kate, for you. Are there any plans to let us customize our desk in some fashion?
Ooh. So yeah, we've always talked about it as definitely an option to allow you guys to do that for sure. And we've just gone through a pass actually to try and make the shelf a better user experience as well, and especially for people that have a large collection and things like that. So yeah, we're hoping that that's going to be make an improvement. So I would say the next phase is to definitely identify the ways that we can add that customization, and let us know how you want to customize, like what controls would you like to see through the shelf. Yeah, let us know in the comments.
Ooh, that'd be great. Actually, y'all can drop that into the suggestions channel as well. I think that'll be super super fun. Next up here is for Rizzo, again from Ben Wartooth. Is there any plan to implement further utility into the more expensive blankos? Like, for example, making its leveling chart like the Mint or Gem Mint leveling chart, where we get a return on blanko bucks?
I really love this idea. It's definitely not too far from like some of the conversations we've had around trying to find good ways to give you more utility for your blankos. So I love that you all are kind of thinking on the same wavelength that we are. So I think that this really like offers a great way of incentivizing players to level up their blankos and give them more utility. So it's definitely something I want to talk more about with design. So I'm not at all making any promises, but it's something I want to discuss more. Yeah.
Awesome. Definitely would be really cool to take a look into that as well, for sure. Especially when we're considering that we are looking into giving away some OG Blinkas as well.
Mm-hmm.
Next question here is from Hunter T. I think we can all kind of take a turn answering this one. The question is, what do you all do in your free time? Any other games you like to play outside of Blankos or hobbies?
How sweet you are, Hunter T.
Question.
It really is so nice. I think Josh Foreman, you have to go first because you by far have very exciting things to answer.
Well, I do a lot of things constantly. I'm just always doing things. So let's see. Games are I like roguelites a lot. I like to wake up in the morning. I have a little tablet above my bed, like suspended above my bed, so I could give myself an adrenaline jump, like in the first 5 or 10 minutes. I'll do a roguelite and die really fast and get really angry, and then like pop out of bed angry, and it's perfect. Um, I also like to get angry at Elden Ring. That's a fun one. And then I go to work and I play Blankos where I get angry that I keep losing. It's a wonderful. No, I'm a chill guy. Let's see. What do I also write books like fantasy novels. I do that with my co-author / mom, which is hilarious but also delightful and wholesome. You should check him out, the Scarred King trilogy on Amazon. And then
I just can't take it. It's so sweet.
and then I have a YouTube channel where I have lots of art YouTubes. I teach sculpting and stuff like that too. So yeah, a lot of stuff.
Yeah, go check it out. It's amazing. Check out his stuff.
Some great stuff for sure. Well, I, on the other hand, seem to like to piss myself off when I play games. And I seem to pick games that are always frustrating me to play. Outside of work, outside of the time playing Blankos, find myself playing games of League of Legends, Counter-Strike, Valorant. So those games are already on a next level of frustrating sometimes, especially when you're playing against Smurfs. I play World of
I don't know what
Warcraft.
Smurfs are, but
Oh, Smurfing is like where you have a secondary account that's like at the lower rank than you actually are, just so that you could self feel better
Wow.
than on noob.
that's so rude. But okay.
So we're always getting stomped on. I feel like it's the worst experiences ever, and I'm always frustrated at the end of the night because you can't go to bed without winning a game, but you go to bed on one win. Um, just recently, I've also started playing World of Warcraft again. Um, I should have just stuck to retail, but my friends have also convinced me to play Classic WoW as well. So now I have absolutely no time for anything outside of work. My poor girlfriend. I'd like to use this stream as an apology to her as well. But apart from that, I've also picked up some tabletop games. I've always been a big D&D fan, but I've just recently picked up Warhammer 40K as well. There's a lot of people here at Mythical that play 40K, and always seeing some of those things and like hearing all the people talking about it made me really kind of start digging into it. And I've just started my army. I haven't really finished painting it yet, so hopefully it'll get there soon.
Nice. I can go next if you want.
Go for it, Kate.
Okay, so some of the games that recently I've been playing, like a lot of other people, I downloaded Cult of the Lamb, so I'm playing through that at the moment, which is awesome. Really enjoying that one, although I haven't put as much time into it as I would have liked to have done so far. And then going back to Relationship Breakers, I don't know if anyone else has played this, and it's a bit old now, like year or two. It Takes Two. How many people have played that in terms of the co-op?
It's a good game. It is
it's
such
so
a
good.
good game.
Yeah.
Great level design too.
I think that's at risk of being a relationship breaker as well. So choose carefully who
Right.
is you.
Well, it's nice that the narrative actually plays into that. Like it's all about a broken relationship.
Very true, Josh. Well done.
My wife refuses to play that game with me. I don't know why.
You need to try. Yeah.
I know.
Exactly.
I keep telling her that.
Yeah, absolutely beautiful game though. I'd recommend it if anyone hasn't played it already. And then I occasionally like to go outside, see the sun.
Whoa.
What?
Working
You're
at
a
a gaming company and going outside? The sun's out there.
He likes like adventure sports though. She's like mountain biker, likes to hike. Yeah, all kinds of stuff.
So yeah, I like to have a bit of balance where I occasionally see and get a bit of vitamin D and then have a bit of adrenaline as well. So sometimes I injure myself, sometimes I don't, sometimes yeah, it is what it is, but it's awesome. I'd recommend it. Or maybe just go for a walk, speed walking, if you don't want the adrenaline of going downhill. So, but yeah, that's what I like to do.
An Aquarius. I like to take long walks on the beach. To spend my time playing. No, just kidding. So I've got two kids. So like I have a 2-year-old and a 5-year-old. So a lot of my free time is swarmed by children. And we love to play outside. We love to read books. We love to do art. We love to do all those fun things. Although I just got my 5-year-old to start playing some games, so now I'm getting more gaming time in. Thank you. I'm so glad because I miss it
Yes.
quite a bit. We are recently playing Stray because it is hilarious watching my 5-year-old walk up to anything and everything and just meow for 5 minutes. Um, I really like to play iPhone games just because that's what you do when you have children. But on that, I'm playing Arc 8 and really into Gobo Run right now. So if any of you want to challenge me on the leaderboard, feel free to jump in there and get on it. Other than that, yeah, no, I'm always looking for like free time to play games. So that's like my main thing is whenever I'm not with my children, I'm trying to find ways to play games. I really want to play um, whatever's next, really.
Speaking of, I just saw some TikToks about a game called High on Life. It was like the creators of Rick and Morty had made a new game. I haven't played it yet, but
Mm,
saw some videos. It
okay.
seemed like it'd be fun.
Yeah, definitely
Oh.
need to live for that one.
Although I
Yeah.
doubt it's child friendly, considering the creators.
Yeah, thanks. I can only play unchild friendly games during the hours of 9 and 4 a.m. But then obviously I don't sleep, which is fine because I don't sleep anyways.
The life of a parent.
Exactly.
I don't know the struggles. All right, so yeah, that's a little bit into the life of the team at Blankos. Crazy. Especially knowing that Kate goes outside. That's wild.
No, I'm sorry. I feel like I'm the only one. Please join me outside.
Moving on to the next question here. This is from Ben Wartooth. Do you guys play with us on live servers sometimes? I want to answer yes. I've seen a few people online. Josh, Kate, Rizzo.
Yeah, definitely.
Yeah,
I mean,
absolutely.
it's a vital part of my role at Mythical, obviously, since I'm choosing the levels that we play. I better be playing them. But yeah, I always do my dailies, and yeah, I got to feel the pain points people feel the joy people feel, etc. Like,
Yeah, I
Absolutely,
agree.
yeah.
I'm on daily. It's just a matter of like what time I'm on, but I'm always playing.
Yeah,
Yeah.
definitely.
I have a
kind of
moment.
yeah, I love going into the junction and obviously seeing people buzzing around the junction as well, and obviously we're resurfacing that right now. But yeah, it's always cool to see for sure.
I'll go play right now.
Yeah, see you in a bit, guys.
Yeah, maybe we can give them our in-game names as well to see if they ever spot us. Mine is Kren in-game. If you ever spot me, it's Krenn.
yeah, and I've got this amazing code name. It's Josh Foreman. So
Mine's also super code name Rizzo. That's just it, Rizzo.
I should warn people though, if you see Fosh Jorman, that is not me. That's an imposter. So don't get confused.
Oh, and I'm I Spy, so there you go.
Perfect. Cool. So if any of you see us in a brawl, see us running around the junction.
Yeah, I feel like we're gonna get ganged up on now. That's part of it. We're gonna get.
Part of the job.
It's a yeah.
Yeah.
Right. But part of being on the game team is when you play a game being targeted.
Yeah.
Yeah. I
Yeah,
think so.
exactly.
We should totally
okay
have
with it.
like
Fun.
a reward for that, by the way, in a shooter. If a player's got the most kills on us, they get a special super secret pin
Oh
or
God, yeah,
something like
that'd be
that. Would be
wonderful.
so fun.
I'll
Yes.
write that one down,
Let's
Josh.
develop that immediately, please, please. Yes.
That way, you know what? It'll be fun. I think it'd be great. I can see nothing going wrong with that.
Says the competitive shooter. Yep.
Oh man. All right. Moving on to the next question here from iPlay3000. Rizzo, this is for you. Any plans to introduce new game mode?
Yeah, absolutely. We want to introduce new game modes in the future. We want to make sure, though, that any new mode we create is robust enough to have lots of executions against it. And we've been talking about game modes like capture the flag and control zones. But we also want to bring team matches back in a more deliberate way. So yeah, TBD which one we tackle first, but definitely look out for more in the future.
Awesome. Thank you for that, Rizzo. This is another question for you. It's from Morfan. Will you add an option to come back to the stage instead of the desk in case players get timed out by mushy peas?
Sure, yeah, we absolutely want reconnection functionality. Um, our game is super fast paced though, like with brawls and players moving from party to block party every like 3 to 5 minutes. So reconnection has a unique challenge, and it's definitely in our purview, but we have to find good ways of doing it that don't break everybody. And I don't have any current timeline on that, but it's definitely something we're working on.
Thank you. Yeah, mushy peas has always been kind of I feel like kind of an issue that's coming up constantly. So I'm glad
Yeah.
that there are other ways we can look into getting players back into game after they've timed out.
Well, I've
Yeah,
heard that
yeah.
Fosh Jorman is the one that makes the mushy peas.
No.
Yeah.
Clearly, it's their fault.
Yeah.
The imposter. Next up here is a question from Hunter T. This is for you, Kate. Any plans to release full 3D object files, Blankos?
Ooh, I think it would be interesting to do so for sure. I think I'd love to see how many people are interested and also what software you use and everything like that. Just for my own benefit, I'm really interested to know how many people are up to speed. So yeah, maybe for the next community design challenge, and we can share the base Blanco 3D model.
Ooh, that
But
would
yeah,
be great.
again,
Yeah.
let us know in the comments. I'd be really interested to know how many people could utilize it for sure.
That'd be super sick. Yeah. I actually saw a message from Hunter T here in general chat. Would love to rep one in the VR space in VR chat. So
Yeah,
that would be really cool.
Yeah. All right, I'll add it to our very short list of things to do for sure. Let's get a ticket in, Rizzo.
Yeah, on it. I'm just typing that up right now.
Yeah, thank you.
Sweet. Sweet. Thank you. Next question here is from Allday Junior 813. Do I need cryptocurrency? Do I need a cryptocurrency account to buy Blankos? No, you do not. You can purchase Blanko bucks in game using credit card. You can use that to purchase a Blanko in game on the in-game shop. You can go to our shop page, blankos.com/shop, to purchase a Blanko from there using your credit card, or you can go to the Mythical Marketplace and purchase directly from there using credit card or Mythical Balance. So it's not absolutely required or mandatory for you to have a cryptocurrency account or wallet tied to your account at all times. Can I go to Walmart and buy Blankos? No, not at the moment.
But let us know if you end up seeing them in there. We should know that.
If you do see a Blankos at if you do see a Blanko at Walmart, please report the link.
Now we're just like opening ourselves up for somebody to create like a little Blanko, and they're just gonna take pictures of it and take it everywhere, like a little elf on a shelf.
That would be so fun.
It would be. That's your next community challenge there, Josh.
I think so. See, I wanted to avoid having people go out and about to like participate in some of the community challenges, but I would love like if we had a way to provide a physical Blanko. I think it would be more exciting to have people do events like that where they go outside, they place there like, hey, we're doing a Blankos event. Go to the beach, and if you don't have a beach, find a lake or something, and then take a picture of your Blankos hanging out outside, stuff like that.
See, Kate, everybody's getting out.
Exactly. Everyone's joining me outside. So let's, a future community event done.
Maybe. I might, you know what? Looking at Silver's comment, I might try to find a way to print some Blankos out and like leave them in random places and like post a picture on Twitter or Instagram.
Love
Like if we
that.
ever have physical Blankos, and maybe we can just like post a picture somewhere and be like, hey, this is in Southern California, or hey, this is in Texas, or hey, this is wherever in the U.S. and like if you can grab it, it's yours. Like if you find it, stuff like that. Probably gonna have to check in with legal though, because I'm pretty sure there's some liability concerns there.
Again, we do
next
not
up,
commit to anything on this
yeah,
one, right?
this is just a Q&A. We're doing our best with some answers. I'm not making any promises. Kate, this next question's for you. This is from Kiesig. Is there a plan to revamp the Blankos website, giving more depth to the game and map creation, talking about classes, how to create your own map, and patch notes?
Yeah, definitely. So I think there's some work, kind of like you point out, really, that we could do on the website. So we're definitely looking at it, and to try and make it a bit more comprehensive. And there's been a lot of work gone into Blankos recently, so we want it to be represented on the website. I don't have a date for you for that, but just know that it is like actively being worked on and looked into for sure.
Thank you, Kate. Moving on here. This is for Rizzo from Ben Wartooth again. Do pins stack in brawls? I know. For example, if I have a shooter stage and do an emote after a KO, then I do it again on the second stage. Does it stack?
They do not stack within the same brawl match, but you can definitely earn the same pin in a different brawl match. So the next time you play through.
Okay, so not all in the same run, but definitely in different runs.
Yeah, but not a bad idea for the future having stacking ones. So I'll keep it in mind with the design team.
Awesome. Next up here, Kate, this is for you. This is from Alonkers. Will there ever be a story mode in Blankos and lore to attract new players? Now, I'm excited for this answer as well.
So we've got a certain amount of lore. I would say that Charles, our lead writer, is already kind of set up, and we could definitely do a better job of underlining that. And I think the Junction is a great place for this, and obviously with NPCs and stuff there as well to really communicate it and underline what they represent within the game, and future events and things like that. So just know that the intention is there to build on what is already been created, and to utilize it more and have fun with it as well. Like we've got so much rich content within the game, and we've got aspirations for events and really pushing it further. And the narrative team have already done a great job with providing kind of linking up party pass narrative as well, and identifying opportunities to kind of connect threads throughout the game. So, yes, we want to for sure. Keep an eye.
Oh gosh, it's gonna be so awesome to find out that the platypuses are actually evil, like our April Fool's said.
Yeah, and I think it would be really cool to hear as well, like some of our NPCs, which ones are your favorite, some of the creatures as well in the game. Yeah, we're always coming up with some. It's Blankos. Nothing is too obvious, is it? So we've got a squidgen. So
Yeah,
everyone should
squidgens
have
are
a
fantastic.
Yeah, exactly.
I think I'm unamiable is absolutely trying to drop you some lore right now, so you should go read that one. We'll drop it to narrative team.
Done.
Put a vibe
Love
trap.
Wrote some lore out for a vibe trap. All right, here we go. Next question here is from Morfan for you, Rizzo. Do you plan to allow players to earn pins per stage? In case of timeouts, emergencies, urgent things that the person cannot finish the whole brawl, get the commodities instead of losing time in progress.
So yeah, this is a really great question and really great feedback. Players actually do earn pins each stage, but I think this is asking if players are able to see the progress of this on a per stage basis. It's not something that's been built into the flow. There's definitely a balance of time that we're working with there, and we want to make sure that we consider the amount of time it takes for a player to get from like playing the game to seeing a bunch of screens to back to playing the game again. We need to consider like that within the end of stage results. However, I think it's potentially something that could be viewed in the lobby space, and it's something that we could talk more about with design. So really love the idea.
Got it. Oh yeah, Blue Blood here is saying it might. They believe that the question may be about receiving the pins after each stage, if the player leaves mid brawl, and I believe.
Yeah. So if that's the case, then yeah, it could be something where we give you a pop up when you come back in, saying what you did earn. Um, Especially if it's the case of you like crashing out, or something like that. But absolutely something we can look into.
Cool. Thank you for that, Rizzo. Next
Mhm.
question here is from Braveheart. Oh boy. You wrote about the removal of Blanko Bucks to prepare for the launch of Epic Games. What period are we talking about for the start of Epic Games launch? 3 days, 3 weeks, 3 months, 3 years? So
Decades. Decades.
decades, yeah. If we could. uh I'm going to say this now. We do have plans for an announcement for Epic Games, like an official announcement. I'm glad you brought this question up because we were actually going to push out a reminder today. Just letting everybody know, just as a heads up, the Blanko Bucks bonus is being removed. So if you don't have your, just as a heads up, $100 purchase is still, is going to be the equivalent of $100 worth of Blanko Bucks now, not 120 or whatever it was. So again, just a reminder to everybody, Lego Bucks are being removed today. JDN, if you can get that into news later as a reminder for our users and get that, we'll get that on Twitter as well for everybody. As for the Epic Game Store stuff, I can only say soon. I did have an announcement planned, ready to go. That kind of gives more detail into when. Yeah, soon TM. As it's written in my notes as well for that question. Um, Again, we'll keep everybody posted. We'll try our best to make sure that the announcement is as clear as possible. We'll work internally to figure out a best date for that as well. Next question here is from Matthew Searle again. Is there a possibility that someday each player will have their own profile where they show the blankos they have if they want? The statistics of how many races they've won, how many knockouts they've gotten, and so on and so forth. Something other users could see. Hello, Kate.
Yeah, definitely. I think I know that design can answer to this, Josh. Maybe you can answer as well. But I know from my point of view that that's really important information and kind of really interesting to be able to access it and see it as well. So I know I'm definitely keen for that. Again, it's working our way through the priorities and kind of the big task list. But I think it's really valuable, and I love the fact that you're also asking about it as well. And I think it kind of loops into obviously your there's loads of different things in terms of pushing the stats around your Blanco as well as the stats around your performance as a player too. Are you a builder? Are you kind of always chasing for position number one on the leaderboards? All of that information I want to know. I want to know that when I go into the junction, just when I'm playing with you guys as well. So I want to know that information too. So definitely keen from my point of view, but obviously design. I'll let Josh speak to that too.
I mean, all I could, that's like one of those like big systems questions. And with all of these things, it's like, yeah, that sounds great. Let's do it. That's so it's definitely out there somewhere. And where it lands on the priority stack, I can't speak to that. That's like a little more of the like tech design side of things than like I'm more in the nitty gritty of like the mechanics of jumping and that's bats and stuff like that. So I can't really speak to that other than to say, yeah, we should definitely do that.
Awesome. Thank you. Thanks to the both of you for answering that. Next up, Rizzo, this is for you from Matthew Searle. Can we expect any event or party pass for the World Cup this year?
Possibly. So we're evaluating our upcoming events. We're hoping to have a way of doing limited time events. So with that, we might see something like a World Cup event. It depends.
Okay. It would be really cool to see some events around like
How many
world events
people
as
are
well in
into?
game.
Yeah, definitely. I'm really interested to know how many people are into, and I'm going to call it football here. You can race me if you want to, but football. But I'm interested to know how many people are into it as well. So, especially as the World Cup has changed and it's around Christmas time.
Definitely. That would be, I mean, again, it would be super exciting. If a lot of people love it, I mean,
Totally.
try to look into it. I don't know if we have the time, but it would definitely be something exciting to look into.
Maybe I'll get the British kit in there. I'm gonna win, obviously. So.
Oh, right.
Now you're just gonna get in this huge argument around football.
No.
I love it.
I'm a Philadelphia Eagles fan myself for football. Just saying.
Oh boy.
Let's get out of this. Moving on to our next question here from Matthew Searle. You mentioned that soon we will have a system of burning NFTs. Could you elaborate a little more on how we intend to do this?
Yeah, we can't go into too much detail as we haven't locked any of the strategies into stone yet. But like we want to allow players to destroy NFTs to get currency, so they can use currency that they can use to bypass, needing a specific Blanko for gem rushes. So let's take Adam as an example. You'd be able to destroy NFTs similar to Adam and use that currency instead of consuming Adam. That's just an example.
Okay. It's kind of exciting. I mean, I wish we had a little more details to share for this. I'm just saying. Moving on to our next question here. This is for Morphan, or this is from Morphan. Sorry. Can we get back arrow movement in boosting Blankos with XP chips? Scrolling is really bad.
Really, I enjoy just clicking the same button 300 times in a row.
Click, click, click,
What's wrong
click,
with
click.
you? Yeah.
You have to
No,
earn
I-
it.
Serious answer to this question is yeah, it's a massive pain point, and we've got a fix for it coming very soon, and it's super sleek. Can't wait for you guys to see it.
Yeah, exactly that.
As long as I'm not clicking through for 5 minutes, I think I'll be happy. Next up here, Rizzo, this is for you from Blue Blood. Can you give more details for what's to come to incentivize players to participate in gem rushes and hold gem mints in their collections?
So yeah, playing with gem mint will definitely mean more opportunities to earn NFTs in the future. Excellent grade Blankos mean more opportunities than fair grade. So I can't give you a solid answer on that, but yeah, there's definitely ways that we're looking to incentivize players.
Okay. All right. I guess, just hold on to what you've got and, we'll see what we got in the future. Hodl. Hodl.
Oh, jeez.
That's how I remember first pronouncing it, and I didn't realize it was just people screaming hold, but it's always been hodl for me. Coming up to our next question here. This is from Ben Wartooth. Remove checkpoint border collision, please.
Yep, on it. Next big release, it will be gone. That one's easy.
That one's super easy. This is from
Done.
Bales. Oh, go ahead, Kate. Sorry.
No, you're all good. Go.
Okay, awesome. Yeah, so this one's for you actually, Kate. Seems from Bales. When is the next marketing push, and what type of marketing will it consist of?
Well, that would be ruining the surprise, wouldn't it? If I went into details. So, honestly, I think we've been hinting at a few things anyway. Keep an eye out over the next couple of weeks is one thing that I'm going to say. Because stuff is going to start to get exciting and there's going to be more things that are going out. So keep looking at our socials, keep looking in here. I know you're all really engaged anyway. And yeah, there's some work that's going on. So I'm personally really excited to start to share it. And I think that's the same feeling kind of shared between the teams. So yeah, keep an eye out.
Definitely gonna have to agree to that. Yeah. No surprises ruined here, but I mean, Anish may have ruined one of them, or actually a few.
Oh, Anish.
Actually,
and that's why he's not here right now. No, I'm just kidding.
Yeah.
He's in the
No,
naughty corner.
All jokes aside, there are some major pushes. We're doing some really big ones that that I've been working on as well, and I've gotten the opportunity to kind of assist with, and it's super exciting. I am looking forward to the next few weeks, if not the next few months. Super excited.
I think we all are. Yeah.
Yeah. This one here is for you, Kate. This is from Ben Wartooth. Is there any plans to have emotes interact with accessories? Like, for example, flipping of a hat or spinning of a belt buckle?
Yeah, definitely. I think that's something that we'd love to get to that stage. And also with VFX as well, adding that flourish a little bit more and kind of utilizing that too. So yeah, love the idea. It's something we've been thinking about as well. And we'd love to kind of round it out a bit more. Like there's so much opportunity to do that with a lot of our rich content and all of the Blankos and kind of personalizing some of the emotes as well and a lot of the accessories. So yeah, let's do it.
Awesome. Thank you for that, Kate. Super exciting, by the way. I think. Could you imagine like a hat flip emote while you're wearing the dead mouse head?
Yeah. Love hate the dead mouse helmet hat accessory. I want to know that for sure. I personally love it because it's so extreme, but I'm interested.
The Blankos arms just extend. They're just little extendo arms. They stretch out just to get the head off. I think that'd be great.
Maybe they
Uh,
just keep punching up at their head so that until it like knocks off.
Right. That'd be great. uh, Next up here is from Ben Wartooth again. I believe we can all answer to this as well. So, Josh, we'll have you take it away first. What is your favorite and least favorite thing or mechanic in the game right now? And what are you looking forward to the most?
Okay. Most favorite, least favorite. That's easy because it's the same answer. It's the bat. It's something we've gone through multiple iterations on. We're trying to find that sweet spot where it's intuitive to new players, but still has some amount of strategic depth to it. We're not there yet. The next iteration of it, I think we're going to be a lot closer. That's also coming out with our next big release. And but it's frustrating because it's still not where we want it. And I've said this on streams before, right? Where it's like it's one of those things where we have this staggered development, which is not like games that you put out, like on a disc, where you spend a couple months getting it just right and then you put the final result out there. Instead, we're like, here's version, 0.1, here's version 0.2. We're not quite to 0.1 yet, but I think we're close. So I'm really looking forward to when that gets in, and then we can start making different kinds of melee weapons. Where you've got the big heavy slow thing and the fast, close range stabby thing, and et cetera, et cetera. So yeah, that's my answer. Is I really love melee type of combat. I think it's really great um, for the casual audience, as opposed to guns where you're getting headshotted from a distance, right? Like with melee stuff, it's like you see them coming at you and you know why you took damage, that sort of thing. So that's what we're trying to home in on and perfect. And there's all sorts of challenges with doing that in an online setting and with ping and all this kind of stuff. So there's all these technical hurdles we got to get through as well. But I think when we get there, I'm going to be really happy.
Awesome. Thanks, Josh. Anybody else want to jump in on that as well?
Yeah,
Rizzo,
for sure. So, yeah, and just following on from what Josh was saying, there's so many kind of different bat variations that the creative team keep on thinking of as well that we'd get into game eventually, obviously. With design input and stuff, but the idea of a few different kind of ridiculous bats, yeah, we would love to do in the future. So just riffing off that one, for me personally, it's a lot of the user experience pieces. So we've already talked about one of the major frustration points, which is obviously looking to be amended, and there's some really exciting updates that are going into game. And the team have been working really hard to try and kind of remove some of the key kind of friction areas and resurface some of the different areas of the game and kind of the menu systems and things like that. So I'm really excited to see how everyone's going to respond to it, and hopefully it makes your lives better versus worse. So that's the intention behind it. And yeah, excited to see how you all think.
Yeah, for me, I personally I'm a builder, and I who never has a time to build, really. So like I'm excited for when we can actually get some time to put towards build mode. So I hope to do that sometime in the future.
Yes.
Yeah. For me, I love how the bat interacts. Um, Being able to swing into a lava ball, smacking it around, breaking some boxes. The way you could run up to somebody and attack, I think it's just so great. The melee mechanics feel good right now, and I know they could feel better. But the fact that they feel good now, I think, is really, really well done. And so, big shout out to our teams for that. Um, I will say, as somebody who's a hardcore, and avid player of shooter games, I will say my least favorite mechanic personally would be the shooting mechanic. And that's something I've talked with a couple of our designers within the past as well. Josh, I believe I spoke to you about it as well. But there's definitely a balance point there where shooter mechanic needs to feel fun, and it shouldn't feel like it's like you're stuck playing Counter-Strike, you're stuck playing Valorant, right? You want it to feel fun too. You want to be able to move while you're shooting, because that's what Blankos is about. It's about the fun aspect, and you can't make a competitive shooter in Blankos, and I totally understand that, but would definitely like to see some improvements on shooting from my end, at least personally.
Yeah, definitely. And I think there's room to kind of, just on that comment you said about it being fun, and just the type of guns that we have as well. So yeah, there's a lot. We can push it a lot further. Is kind of I'll leave it at that, and maybe we'll see over the next.
Sure.
You'll leave it at that, but we are absolutely looking at ways to improve the gun shooting. So there's some improvements that we're already planning on making, and then we're always looking at that, especially as one of our main ways of playing gameplay. That we find ways to improve it and make it feel better. And yeah, I'm playing right now, so sorry I got distracted.
I figured that was it. I thought I heard a countdown earlier.
It's funny talking about the bat as well, because, and Josh, when you just said about how like bashing up the crates and things like that, I'm always the type of player that has to like finish bashing up all of the crates.
Right.
Like Luigi's Haunted Mansion, I just vacuumed all the time.
Oh my god, totally. We totally talked about that, huh? How like we just literally just spend time vacuuming the whole time.
Yeah, no jokes about stereotypes here. It's just but yeah, definitely with the bat, if there's something that I can destroy, then I need to destroy all of them, which I actually find really satisfying at the moment. Maybe there's an anger issue there, I don't know. So
maybe you can go to one of those rage rooms, right?
we need a rage room in the game.
Oh, that would be amazing. Bottles, boxes, TVs.
Yes.
I mean, we
Bunch of
definitely have
lava
plans for more destructibles. Like, absolutely. I mean, everything that we get in the game, it's like, okay, here's the version 1 of it. Like with our moving stuff, with our targets, with our destructibles. It's always like, okay, let's just get this in, prove out the system, and then we want to start expanding on that in all sorts of cool ways. So yeah, absolutely, more destructibles will be coming.
Oh yeah, that'd be super fun. Rage room. All right. Yeah. Oh my gosh, guys, we are overtime.
Oops.
Rage room done.
Yeah, with that as the last note to all our users. Thank you so much, everybody, for joining in the Dev Q&A. It was so much fun. There's a lot of questions that we haven't answered. I want to say almost 70 more questions. So
let's just power through them. Hurry.
Oh yeah,
just
right.
We
can get it, boom, 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 boom. We will definitely do a part 2.
I'd say in some we have answered the questions, at least on the side. So we can go through that, Josh, and you could always post some of the answers to those.
Certainly, yeah. If you can give me the thumbs up on some of these, then I'd be more than happy to share those answers with the community.
Cool. I'll mark mine. You can just mark mine in green because I would have said that way anyways.
Okay, perfect. Solid. But yeah, thank everybody so much for joining us. Thank you guys for taking the time out of your day to sit with us and join in on this Dev Q&A. Josh, Rizzo, Kate, really appreciate the time you guys shared today.
Yeah, it's been fun.
Awesome.
Yeah, absolutely. Thank you, everyone.
Thank you again. Big shout out to our community. Thank you so much for providing the questions for us to answer. Look to the dev news section, and I'll be posting those answers and questions once we're all good to go. Thank you all so much. You guys have a great rest of your day. Have a wonderful weekend. We love you guys, and we love making some great content for y'all.
Yeah, thank you.
Thank you. Have a good one. Bye-bye.
Bye.
Bye.